Hello, fellow mamas. Sorry for my voice. I'm sick still, and it's awful. I hate being sick, but I digress. So, I wanted to hop on here because I wanted to share something with you. Yesterday, I was feeling super judged as a mom, and it's not even that I was really being judged. It's just how I felt, and I'll explain. So, Grayson goes to a little kids day out program twice a week so he can socialize. It gives me some mommy time or me time, and it's good for everybody. And it's not really a but the funny thing is the teachers and the directors of this kids day out program, they're amazing. I love them. But there's always this underlying thing of like, Grayson will do this. He'll figure it out. And yesterday when I was picking him up, the director of the program was asking me questions, and they were, what I felt in a roundabout way, trying to understand why or why not he hasn't hit certain developmental milestones. And let me clarify, he is not super behind in developmental milestones. He's 10 months old as of today, and he sits up beautifully. He is doing like all of like the fine motor skills, just like all of that's really great. What he's not doing is he's not crawling, he's not walking around furniture, and he's not walking, which he's not supposed to walk yet, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with him not crawling right now. But I feel like they're concerned that he's not doing these things, which is fine. I think it's great that they care and that they're concerned for him. But in the moment, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling real judged. Though again, they weren't openly coming out and saying anything. It was more just passively asking questions. And as I kind of started to go down like the judgment wormhole of where I again was feeling judged, even though I wasn't necessarily, and even if I was, I don't care. What I realized though from that is that and it's not even that I dropped the ball. I was gonna say I dropped the ball. It's not even that I dropped the ball. It's just that I realized that I haven't really been doing anything as Grayson's mom to encourage him to pull himself up, to encourage him to crawl, to encourage him to stand on his own. I haven't really been doing anything for that. And with sitting up, she sat up beautifully around 6 months. But the reality is that he and I worked on that for quite some time. And it's not something that came overnight. It's not something that he just magically did one morning. It's something that we worked on. And I realized that I haven't really, like I said, been doing anything to help him crawl, to help him pull himself up, to help him stand, to help him build those muscles that he needs to be able to do those things. And he doesn't really recognize that he can do those things. And I pick him up and carry him wherever, so why should he? I mean, that's normal. So what I did today, after again I went down that judgment wormhole and I was doubting myself and I was feeling some type of way about it, is I realized, okay, let me try doing things to encourage him, again, to build those muscles so that he can maybe crawl, so that he can maybe stand up and support himself and walk around furniture and all that good stuff, all building up towards being able to walk. So what I did today was I set up our bookshelf. We have a bookshelf in the other room over there against the wall, screwed it to the wall. The really great thing about this bookshelf though is that it's an open bookshelf and it has adjustable shelves. So I was able to move one of the shelves down lower so that Grayson can actually stand up and essentially hold his weight like this, like you would if you were supporting yourself on a counter, against this bookshelf. And I put toys on that shelf to encourage him to stand up and play versus sitting and play. This way, again, he's working on building his leg muscles, he's working on building his arms, he's working on building his core while he's balancing. But this is something that I hadn't thought about. And it's in part because I'm a first-time mom, and you get caught up in #life and what goes on day to day, and you forget that you should be doing these things. You also don't always know that you should be doing these things. And I would love it that instead of us feeling judged because we can't properly articulate what it is that we're trying to say, and what I mean by that is instead of people saying, oh, don't worry, he'll get there, or oh, don't worry, he'll do this, or let me ask some like roundabout questions to kind of uncover something, why don't we just come out and say, well, have you been trying to do this with him? Or have you tried to encourage him to do this so that maybe he starts crawling? Or have you tried, creating a workspace where he can stand up and play instead of sitting down and play? I'd have been like, oh, you know what? I haven't done any of that. Maybe I should try to do that to encourage him to stand up and play, or to encourage him to crawl, or to encourage him to build muscle. Like, why don't we do those things, especially for first-time moms, but any mom in general? Because again, #life, we forget. It's kind of like school, college, whatever. You cram for a test and then you do a brain dump after it all passes. Unfortunately, maybe you were better. Sometimes I was, sometimes I wasn't. But my point is that you don't always remember in the moment, and sometimes you need that reminder. I wish that moms and the people that are involved in helping us raise our children, right, our tribes, our communities, would give us those subtle little reminders. And maybe this was their way of giving me a subtle little reminder, but I wish it would have been a little less subtle and a little bit more direct, and saying, hey, have you tried doing this with him? Or what are you doing with him at home to encourage him to do this? Well, I don't know. What should I be doing? Oh, here's an example. That would have been great. Regardless, I'm not mad. I'm not upset with any of these people, or with anyone for that matter, or I'm not even upset with myself. I kind of, like I said, went down that judgment wormhole, but I pulled myself back out, and now we're moving forward. I wanted to make this to remind other first-time moms, other moms in general, that it's okay if your child isn't hitting developmental milestones when your child's classmate is, or when your firstborn did, or when your friend's child did. It really doesn't matter. As long as you're doing what you feel like you can do to support your child's growth and development, it's all good. And if you're doing those things and they're not still reaching those milestones, give them time. And then as insurance, you can always talk to your healthcare provider to make sure and get their opinion, or see specialists. Like, you have so many options. But I don't want you to worry and think that your child is behind just because they're not doing something when somebody else's child is doing something. You never know what work that parent has done with them to get them to that point, or if they've done anything, or if they've just figured it out on their own. You never know. And I want to tell you that it's okay. They will get there. You will get there. Like, have a little bit of grace with yourself, with your child, with the people that are involved in your tribe, and keep it moving. But I feel like as moms, sometimes we need to hear this, and we need this reminder that it's okay. Chances are your child is happy, your child is healthy, your child is going to hit these milestones. Sometimes we just need a reminder to think, okay, well, what am I doing to help my child reach these milestones? And in my case, it wasn't really anything. That's your reminder. I needed the reminder, clearly. I'm sure that Grayson will get there. I'm sure that your child will get there. I'm sure that, again, they will get there in their own time. It's all about what we can do to support them in that time. I hope that you found this helpful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you think another mom that you know would find some value in this and needs to hear this, please share it with her. And if you want to see other videos from us, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.